Hello, hello, hello.
Everybody, welcome to the show, Taking a Bath, and the bathroom is on a place where you can place your gadgets in peace. On this channel, we do product reviews and also some tutorials. Guys, today we talking to my nephew. Yeah, KJ, man. Hey,
Hello,
man, I'm happy
hello,
to
hello,
have you.
hello.
Hey,
Thank
I
you,
would,
thank you.
I would like to say I'm responsible for your good looks, but this is this
Running the
is
family, so I guess partially somehow.
this is my wife's twin oldest son or only son, man. Keyon Jr. He's a blessing to the family, and I'm excited to have him on here because, as I tell you guys, I'm always talking entrepreneurship, and one of my favorite people to talk about entrepreneurship is with my nephew. So I'm happy to have him here and share exactly what he have going on. So before we jump right into it, Neff, just go ahead and share a little bit about yourself.
Hello, I'm Keyon. Prometheus is the channel, that's why it's called that. It's an online personality I'm building. Grew up in Zachary, Louisiana. Um, got a wonderful uncle who's into entrepreneurship, who's helped me along with my journey. Uh, Owned a couple of businesses, and recently they've really been picking up. I've really had some ventures take off or start to go in the directions that I want them to go. Wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was 12, and I'm glad to be on the show tonight.
So, entrepreneurship, what does that mean to you?
It's a deep question. Uh, His ability to turn lemons into lemonade and then make a profit from it. It's the ability to fill a need and to make money while you're filling that need. So that's
So
a
now,
pretty short but broad range.
but it's straight to the point.
Indeed.
Now, so tell me this. Let me put it like this. I don't think people realize how young you are, right?
Yeah.
How many years removed from high school are you?
2020, graduated in 2020.
So you 2 years removed.
Yes,
What
sir.
where are you currently located?
I'm in Colombia, Cali, Colombia.
What what made you wake up and say, Mom, Dad, you know, I want to go across the world?
I had some money saved up. I started a business, and I was with my parents for like a year or two after high school without much movement. And that's because I've been in a comfort zone that I've been in forever. And despite being able to perform in my comfort zone in terms of getting a job that would be acceptable or this, that, and the other, haven't been performing at the level I want to perform at. So in order to get out of my comfort zone, I had to go to another country, experience something else, and go somewhere else. So here, away from my family and away from the things at home that would comfort me, is a good thing in one respect, but a horrible thing in another respect. I've been able to actually move towards my goals and things that I desire, the things that I want, and the direction that I want to move in, versus just being comforted at home. It's nice and warm and cozy at home. You don't have to do anything at home.
First day over there, getting off the plane, getting into the taxi. Is this the same day you left the camera? First day or a
It
different
is
day?
first day.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell
First
me
day.
about it.
First day in Cali, Colombia, I dropped down. I was expecting my phone to work and me to just have to pay 1 day of international fees, but my phone didn't work at all. So I wasn't able to use Uber. So I'm looking around, I'm smiling, I'm excited. It doesn't really matter that I'm not able to use my phone. I didn't panic, even though I can't speak their language. There's a place I need to go, and somebody's going to take me there. Somebody's going to make the money. Entrepreneurship is everywhere. It exists everywhere. It makes our lives better. I talked to a guy with a taxi company. I showed him the address. I just showed him the address here. A key means here in Spanish, and he took me away. It cost like $30 to move quite a distance, and I ended up losing my Osmo Pocket 2. I left it in that taxi cab, and I didn't have their number, so that camera is gone forever.
You didn't speak their language. Your phone didn't work.
It didn't work.
Your destination. How did you choose your destination?
Cali, Colombia, for one, they have some of the most beautiful women on earth. Now that's a distraction, of course, and I haven't talked to many women while I've been down here. It hasn't been something I've been indulging in, to say the least. But that's a plus. On top of that, in terms of our money turning into their money, one of our dollars is worth 4 million Colombian pesos, so about 4 mil. And with 4 mil, you can do a lot. You can do much more than I'd be able to do in the U.S. So the money that I did have, I knew for a fact it would go a lot further than it would in the U.S. So It's a budget friendly place. Once again, getting me out of my comfort zone. It's way removed from home. It's not too far away to the point of me like going to the Eastern Hemisphere or across the world or all the way to Brazil, where the tickets are like $1,000. And yeah, it's a
Nephew,
nice place to be.
nephew, spoken like a true young person. You said it's not too far away, man. When you're a parent, up the road and around the street is too far away. You in a whole different country, my boy.
That's
But
true.
I love the strategy. You know, one of the things, like right out of school, as everyone can see that you're very articulate, you're very smart, you have a lot of academic accomplishments. I would imagine, especially being involved socially, growing up in your community. Why not go to like a prestige college? Why not just say, hey, I'm going, you know, I want an MB in this or something. I remember one time I seen a video. I forgot where you was. I forgot who was on the panel, but I remember you standing up and speaking to the panel, and I was like, that young man.
Entrepreneurs Academy.
Yeah, that's when I knew you had that. That's when I knew you had the bug.
Yeah. Might sound arrogant or misdirected. Obviously, there are tons of things to learn in college, but when you do learn them in college, they're going to be a little bit outdated. The things that they really want are experience rather than years in a school. And I didn't, above all else, I didn't feel like God wanted me in a school. When I started to make the plans to go to LSU, I ended up feeling like genuinely in my heart of hearts that I was just making plans to go to LSU so that I could have that extra 4 years of comfort that everyone else gets to experience before they're really put into the real world. So I felt like for the longest time, God had told me not to go to college. It wasn't necessary, just to move forward and try to get something started in business. He carried me along the way. Now it doesn't look like so far until pretty recently he's been carrying me along the way in terms of my entrepreneurship. But I just didn't feel like it was it. I felt like I was trying to hold on to another comfort that I needed to release in my life. So I'm not a millionaire yet. You know, I haven't made it to that triple comma club yet. But I do feel like it was the right choice. And if God decides I need to be in someone's school, I'll end up there in the coming years. It's not too late for that. But as of right now, I'm good.
So one of the things, talking to your mom and your dad, we had a wonderful conversation, and some of the same questions I'm asking you, I'm asking, what made Neff go over there? You know, Dad was like, he ain't got it all, and so, but as we got into the conversation, one of the things I walked away from that saying is that no matter what you decide to do next, Neff, this is definitely something you can put on your resume. You can, as you travel, I'm gonna let you tell it as we get farther along in the interview, your future plans for travel. But as you travel abroad, really becoming a citizen of the world and really seeing how money works, like beautiful. Instead of going to college for 4 years, I got to get these loans. Like, as an entrepreneur, people don't realize that there's no way around getting those lumps along the way, but getting them out the way and then going overseas, saving money, investing back into your business and networking and meeting people and learning how to figure it out. Like, all of those skills is priceless to me.
Absolutely. And if I wanted to, I could turn around and create
you all a little go ahead.
What's happening? What's happening?
You are a little
If I wanted to, I could turn around at this point and make a course for teenagers looking to move abroad, or anybody looking to move abroad, because the steps that I did take could be replicated over and over again. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more that came with it on top of me getting to experience another country and a place away from home.
So now, say that again. If you could, you can make a what?
Of course, put it out there.
What is your uncle big?
Way, right?
Yeah, what's your uncle big on now?
Huh?
What is your uncle big on, Megan?
I think you got a course or two available on the YouTube channel.
I always tell people, man, like, document your experience and then monetize that, right? Because it's going to save someone time, it's going to save someone money, and it could potentially make people money. So video courses, to anyone watching, digital products and entrepreneurship is very important. And the reason why I'm able to communicate with my nephew halfway across the world is using technology. So, I mean, you don't have to just sit back at home and say, man, I wish I can do something different. You just have to get out your comfort zone. And if a young man 2 years removed out of high school can say I'm going to Colombia, where I'm quite sure you pick up more of the language since you've been out there.
Yeah, I can manage now. I'm
and,
not,
and, and,
I'm not
and
completely
learn, yeah, and make my way. So man, it's awesome, man. Hats off now.
yeah. In terms of one of the things you're big on, I know you're big on like eliminating the fear that entrepreneurs have. And one of the things that you do have to develop and become aware of, and a strategy that you have to create when going somewhere or when moving to some place, is operational security. So in all things, making sure that everything or every one of your focuses, every one of your areas of focus are completely taken down and completely taken care of in terms of security. And in terms of people afraid to move away because of major expenses, my flight ticket over here was $97. That's the cost of a ticket to Houston. And then the cost that I paid for my apartment for the entire month was probably the cost of 2 nights in a hotel in Houston. So if cost is a fear at all for getting out of the country, that's not relevant.
But so you're there, right? So
Yeah.
you have this, I have beautiful women there. So obviously you say that's a plus, even though you say you haven't had time to really get out. So now you're there. You're out your comfort zone. You know where to eat, where to shop, how to broker deals. How to. I don't know if you went through some type of agency to find living space, or what do they have over there? I mean, how?
Airbnb.
All right. So now you're looking and you eliminate that comfort zone. You over there, you're learning, you're figuring it out, you're developing strategy, all tools and skills which is necessary in entrepreneurship, and you eliminate the distractions and you're forced to focus on your businesses.
Absolutely. Even like you said, learning about the currency and the money. I've kind of been encouraged to get back into the market since I've been over here, and I'm currently learning foreign exchange again. Forex is like one of the big things that I want to do in terms of taking place of the income that I currently have. Because I came over here with the intention of having a job, and the job fell through for the third time a few days after I got over here. So I was kind of put into scramble mode. At that point, it was entrepreneurship and figuring something out, or falling flat on my face. So even that part, like you said, learning about the currencies has encouraged me to get back into the foreign exchange markets and try and day trading again. So there's so many things that I haven't even necessarily thought about that have been learned or inspired as a result of the trip.
Man, so a lot of times my subscribers and people that's watching live and people that's going to watch on a repeat, whenever I get to talking about entrepreneurship and I start talking about businesses and stuff like that, a lot of times they're like, man, Tech, man, you're so smart. So I just want to encourage y'all to hear exactly the words that my nephew is saying, how my nephew is speaking, and you can hear some of the similar terminology, because whenever you get infected with this entrepreneurship entrepreneur bug, man, it's hard to shake, and these are things you have to learn. And not only that, but he said by being over there, right, he had to learn the exchange. So he's like, hey, I need to get back into the market. So what's going to happen in about 6 months to a year when his uncle inbox him again for a favor and be like, hey, no, I got 20 grand, I don't know what to do with it. You see what I'm saying? So man, so enough. I mean, you said your job fell through, right? You went over there, your job fell through, so you had to depend on your entrepreneurship skills.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or what? You say, or what? Fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
Have you since you started this entrepreneurship journey?
Many times. I've been
Let me tell a story. Stop. Let me tell a story. Stop. Let me tell a story. Hold on. The statute of limitation is over. Hold on. So, man, my enough. I'm talking about like way back. I want to say about like 8, 9, maybe 10 years. Like I'm selling hoverboards at this time. And man, me and my enough talking. I'm telling my enough how to program Android boxes and do Cody bills and make money. And we just talking entrepreneurship. So you have to be really young. God, man, yeah, that had to be like 8 years ago. So you had to be really young. I can't remember your age, man. But anyway, just talking entrepreneurship. But then one day I was like, man, KJ, what you doing, man? You doing something? You got an online business? Yeah. I got something going. Yeah, I got a good thing going. I think you had made like $2,000 or something.
Yeah,
So I
definitely.
talked to your mom, and I talked to your mom. I'm like, man, how KJ little business going? She was like, oh, you ain't your enough. You ain't your enough. They done banned him off of PayPal. No, what happened?
That was a legitimate business. I was selling fake shoes on eBay, so that was quite some time ago. And then I think that same year I tried to start an online e-commerce business when I was first getting started in 2017. If I'd have stuck with that, it'd probably succeeded. But nothing matters if you quit along the way. So yeah, I canceled that. It was called OshiClothingStore.com. But yeah, that's about it in terms of
I brought
real
that
early
story. I
stuff.
brought that story up because he was younger, right? And he had the entrepreneurship bug, and the only thing he wanted to see, can I make money off online? And one of the things you learn is that you can make money online, but then all right, certain company card processors or platforms have different rules and stuff like that. And you get those lumps and those bumps. It's funny, we can laugh about it now, but the one thing about it is, I guarantee you, and he never told me this, when he was seeing that type of money coming in at the age, because you had to be really, really young, at least young for doing that, at the age that he was, he could never go back to mom and dad giving him $10, $20 allowance. When you can see, I can put some online and I can get people to buy it. So let's talk about your businesses, because I don't want to hold you too long enough. What time is it over there?
It's 5:31. We're on the same time.
All right. So let's talk about your businesses. Which one are you promoting nowadays?
The one I recently promoted on Facebook was called Lytical Communications. There's this program called Arise that allows people to get jobs with call centers, Fortune 500 companies, and essentially what I stand in as is the runner of the call center. So I make sure people have payroll, payments are going through, their legal stuff is straight. So anybody with a laptop and a headset and an Ethernet connection to their router can instantly get signed up with a company and take a course for free, and then have 100% job placement as long as their background check is pure. So the fact, it's undeniable potential in this business, because as long as you can find somebody with a clear background check who wants to make money in a simple job that they can instantly start traveling with or move with, you can start making money. You can start bringing people into the business. So very much looking forward to that. That's the most recent one.
So if someone's watching this live or watching this on a replay, like how would they be able to get in contact with you to get that information?
They can go to lyticalcommunications@gmail.com. LYTICAL communications at
Hold on,
gmail.com.
let me put it in the chat. L. Mm-hmm.
LYTICAL communications at gmail.com.
All right, put that in the chat.
So that's just
Go ahead.
exciting. One of my best friends, I'm going through the process with him. He's going to be my first agent I bring on, and just being able to employ my best friend. If my aunt wants to, she can join on. If my other aunt wants to, she can join on and become a part of the call center. Just the fact that I have the ability to give somebody an opportunity to start making money as long as they have a laptop is very exciting.
Again, entrepreneurship, man, is the ability to not only go out and earn a living for yourself, but to go back and bring it to your family and friends and share this information and help them become entrepreneurs, and help them create jobs for them, create jobs for them, and for them to create jobs for others also, man. So
absolutely.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put that Gmail in the chat. You guys should see that. Just reach out to him. What's your next move? What are you planning to do next?
I'm gonna grow this company. My other company, Gregarian Logistics, I'm not a big one to be on the phone and making sales. So essentially, I've turned my logistics company into the first ever subscription-based logistics platform for freight agents. So if you want to be a freight broker, if you want to be a freight agent, you can sign up and pay $30 per month. You get legal protection, the right to be a broker. You get a bunch of stuff that you usually have to pay hundreds or thousands for to start off a brokerage or an agency business. And you're getting it all for $30 per month. So I've gotten like one or two people, they come in, they try it, it doesn't work, and they leave. And they only spent $30 versus them coming into the business, spending hundreds of dollars or $1,000, it not working out, and then being left with that lump sum or possibly the loans that they had to take out or the credit card debt that they had to take out. So the fact that I can allow people to come in, try it, even if they don't want to stick with my company, after the 1 month is over, they can cancel their subscription, go to another company. That's something that's been growing faster than I expected. I've been getting a lot of applications for that and have quite a few people subscribed month to month with that. I hope to get a lot more agents onto my call center. I'm currently working a job with Mercedes. I'm doing sales for them for Mercedes products, and to get out of doing that, to get out of that 8 to 5, essentially a 9 to 5, I'm going to really focus on my Forex trading. So after I go to this place and come back tonight, it's just going to be Forex all night. I'm going to be looking at my strategies. I've opened my first $2,000 account, lost $8. That $8 hurts, but we're going to push through it, and hopefully I'll become profitable with Forex pretty soon. And there's some mistakes I need to fix with that. And the ultimate goal after all of that, I'm talking with one of my friends called Boston. He's 26. If you decide to continue with this with the entrepreneurs, bringing them on, he's a great guy to talk to. But he's completely entrepreneur minded, extremely intelligent guy. You can ask him for any advice in terms of things that you're going into. A lot of my friends are like that. God, thank God for the great relationships. But
I want to pin that your surrounding matters. Like again, when me and my nephew get together, we don't talk the same terminology that everybody else around us is talking. You know what I'm saying? So your surrounding matters, because if you tell somebody, look, man, I'm about to get a whole bunch of credit cards and then I'm about to use it for velocity banking so I can invest into this and that, they're not going to understand that. They're going, why you getting the debt, and why you doing this? So go ahead. Your surroundings matter.
Absolutely. Dan Pina, big business dude, he essentially teaches this program called QLA, stands for Quantum Leap Advantage. Teaches you how to buy businesses, because that's something that people don't think about a lot. And one of the things he says is you're the product of the 5 people you hang around with the most, And that's always got to be a core philosophy for all of us, to keep in mind that we are literally becoming the people we're around. You start talking like them, you start looking like them, Who hangs out with a group of people that they don't look like or don't speak like? You'll rarely see that. So he's a good person to be around. Anyway, we're going to go into a business together. We don't know the name yet, but it's going to be a mergers and acquisitions business, and hopefully leveraging business credit and things like that. We'll be able to go forward and buy businesses. I'm particularly looking at the property management industry, with the idea that I can buy a property management company that's already making money with 100 doors under contract, and then buy another one and literally just stick it onto this one. It's very nice. It's a very nice idea.
How many businesses would you say you started up, or you currently running? Would it be over 5?
Yeah, it's probably over 5.
Would it be over 10?
Including like all the failed attempts.
Yeah. Everything. I don't care anything you place online and Facebook market, like any type of business where you was attempting to exchange goods for services, like how many would you say?
Probably about 6 or 7. Yeah.
Learning every step of the way.
Yeah. And the number's only going to go up. And it's hard to say it. It's hard to not necessarily convince myself. I mean, it's this way or the highway, it's this way or going to the military and becoming special forces or something, because if this doesn't work, there's really nothing else. And it's kind of cliche, but I'm genuinely going to have to experience the failures until I finally acquire some type of breakthrough. And it truly only takes one success to precipitate all the others. Warren Buffett has a book called The Snowball Effect. And it's the idea of that snowball going down the hill and eventually turning into a landslide, a boulder, a humongous piece of ice. And if you think about the Polar Express, that scene where the little snowflake turned into a boulder. And all it takes, though, is that original ball being strong enough to make it. So when that first success actually comes through and we start seeing the numbers we want to see, it's truly only up. Not just for me, but our family, because
Yeah.
this is a family thing. We're all in this together.
So tell me your top two moments since you've been there.
Been here.
Yeah, since you've been there, your top 2 moments.
I did go on a date my first week with this female. That was a nice date.
Nephew, hold on, nephew. Nephew, hold on. We started off, you say it's a lot of pretty women over here. That was a pleasure me going over there, but I was focused, all right? But first day, cheat day. All right, go ahead.
And that's just the first week.
All right. Then after that was all business. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was nothing major. It was nothing major. I'm actually going to Guatemala. There's this female I'm going to meet in Guatemala who's potentially my future wife. But we won't talk about that too much. Anyway, that was great. What else was great? I don't know. The days just became one. There's so much that's happened. I met this other guy. His name is Jeffrey, and he does construction management for multi-billion-dollar projects. And just meeting and hanging out with him was a really cool experience. So I think that's one of the days. Yeah. And I'll say the second favorite day. The first one was meeting Jeffrey. The second one is today, because I've been enjoying every single day. Every day just seems to get better in terms of gaining things and learning things. Had some ice cream today, so that was nice.
So what's next?
Next is Guatemala in a week.
Hold on, Neff. Let me catch the door right quick.
Got you.
Go ahead and talk to the people for me. Let them know what you're gonna do in Guatemala.
Of course.
Put your back up front first.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I got you. But yeah, in Guatemala, going there August 4th. I'll probably be there for a month, possibly 2 months. I've got a female to meet over there, potential future wife. She has all the things that I need in my future wife. So we're going to see about that. See if my Disney love story is going to come out successful. And other than that, it's just going to be another country with relatively low expenses for me to focus on myself and focus on building my own book of business up. Guatemala is a beautiful country, one of the most beautiful countries on earth. So I'm super excited about seeing all that. They have over like 20 volcanoes that look like beautiful mountains. They have beautiful waters. It's going to be a great place to go. Other than that, I'll probably come back after I secure a business loan through business credit and come back and start my venture with my friend Boston. That's going to be very exciting. I'm very excited about that venture being started, that venture finally going forward. That's about it.
So, wow, you're going to be changing locations once again.
Yes, sir.
And at the same time, you're building this global network of friendships and potential business partners, and learning as you go and getting to the point to where you're actually starting to live off of your businesses. And I tell people all the time, it's no such thing as a small business. Once you make $1, I'm telling you guys, it's impossible to go back. Once you realize that, hey, I have something to offer and people will pay me for it, it'll take you around the world. And it doesn't matter your age. Like I said, 2 years to move out of high school. Hey, look, I'm in my comfort zone. I'm going over to a different country to force me. Like, that's the thing about being an entrepreneur, is no plan B. And that's why we get so much flack, because they're like, man, you risk everything. But in the grand scheme of things, guys, bro, who would you prefer to bet on other than yourself? Yeah, you take calculated risk, but I know people that work for like shipyards for years and then they pack up and leave. Now you 55 years old with no other skill. Nobody want to hire you. So betting on yourself is always a good bet in my case.
Absolutely. And even in entrepreneurship, because it's such an incredibly broad range, it's heavily and very securely connected to like trades and small things like that. So entrepreneurship doesn't even necessarily strictly exist online. But if we think about guys who have skills in terms of like being plumbers, guys who can be mechanics, they can move right now across the country and start working on people's vehicles, put an ad on Facebook Marketplace for mobile mechanics, and start making money immediately. So their skill sets, because they're rooted in the entrepreneurship realm, because they're rooted in themselves, and it's a skill set that can't be taken away, isn't dependent on anybody else's economy or the outside economy. Doesn't matter how bad the recession gets or how expensive gas gets. A mechanic's still going to be able to fix people's cars. A plumber's still going to be able to fix somebody's toilet. And electricians are still going to allow us to have the lights that we have on. Nobody's not going to need that throughout whatever's coming forward. So having an entrepreneur's economy separate from the outside of economy is so incredibly essential, and it's so vast. It's such a big range of things or jobs and professions that counts into that bowl, that universe, that realm.
And that's definitely right, man. And that's one of the reasons, like, for today, I think they say I think the US markets, I don't know, I seen some, I don't want to say that the economy's strong, but I think I've seen, so I've been in the studio, I was just glancing at the TV, but I think it's strong, like 2% or something, and they're gonna raise interest rates like 0.75%. I gotta research that before I go to bed. But being in the digital market space, right, being using technology for entrepreneurship, right, is definitely way to recession proof yourself and your businesses, because like you say, people will always need a mechanic. The only thing is getting the mechanic to the person, right? We can use technology for that, and because we're so connected, it's faster, right? People will always be entertained. That's why I have a business that makes me the most income is my entertainment, right? People having a bad day, people want some type of entertainment, whether they want to laugh at something I put on TikTok or whether they want to be informed on something I put on YouTube. So recession proofing yourself using technology when entrepreneurship is definitely the way to go. And that's why I want to start like having more of these series. I want to start off with you because entrepreneurship really can be a scary thing. And the reason why people don't start their new business, the reason why they don't go into their new venture with another individual that they've been talking about doing projects with forever is because of that fear. And highlighting you here tonight just demonstrate that, hey, 2 years to move out of high school, I'm on a plane. It doesn't cost much to go to Colombia. This is a whole new country. I don't speak the language, but I'm here to figure it out. Matter of fact, it's going to help me focus on my businesses because there's no plan B. I'm betting on myself. And I'm hoping that coming across to other people that's watching this. Yeah, man, he does. So now, I told you, I promise you, I'm gonna let you go. You want to go say goodbye to some of your friends and stuff, but before you go, I need you to give not. I know it's cliche to say speak to the young people, but I just want you to speak to anyone that has a mindset or are thinking about becoming an entrepreneur. Like what right now, what can you say to that individual or individuals that can just give them that spark, like that fire, like anything you can tell them to get them to get started today? Go ahead, no pressure though.
Think about where you'll be in 20 years and whether or not that's worth the failures you'll experience in the short term. And if that's true, if that's logical diagram comes down and says that it's true, then move forward and attempt to make money in any way that you can outside of having a normal job. Because you don't want to be sitting somewhere in 20 years having regretted not using these years, the years that you have coming up, to pursue your dreams. Absolutely. And if that's worth you experiencing a little bit failure in the short term, then I mean, it's not really a question. Move forward. Absolutely. Go after your dreams and pursue them. Attempt to be the person that you want to be and do the things you want to do and build the businesses you want to build, because it's going to be a lot better experiencing these short-term failures and having that success in the future than looking back in the future and seeing that those years were failed as a result of you not pursuing the things that you want to pursue. But yeah, that's about it. It's negative and positive. The harsh reality.
Man, you got to be able to look ahead, right? You have to be able to look ahead. Nephew, look, I appreciate you taking the time to come and share with people and let them know, hey, look, man, it's cheaper than you might think to live overseas. It can also be a benefit to help you focus on your business. It helps you create strategies, and it's good to be on your resume, man. I mean, no matter where you go in life, there's always something you can put on your resume. Now, guys, one of the things I've been preaching to you about is that yes, you could be sitting at a job right now. It could be a dead end job right now. You can change that. You have the ability to change that. The only thing you have to do is to make up in your mind and say, I'm going to try. I'm not the smartest person in the world. My nephew knows more than me, but I don't think he would consider himself to be the sharpest tool in the whole world. Anyway, we just believe that if there's a will, there is a way, and you can start today. You just have to have that drive. And again, if you had a dead end job, just bring in more income. The internet is interconnected. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Now, tomorrow on my channel, I'm going to be dropping my latest how-to video. You guys been asking about it, but those of you that came tonight, you're going to have access to it. Look in the description of the video. It's how to get free products. People want to know how am I able to get thousands and thousands of dollars worth of free products that in return I can give away. Nephew got some of those gifts, or I can sell, right? So I did a how-to video course, guys. Look in the description of the video, hit that link tree, click on that. That can save you money or make you money. You can do it. If he can go across the world and say, hey, look, there's no plan B, I'm betting on me, you can do it too. Nephew, thank you once again, man. I appreciate you. Hey, come home for a little time so we can have a cookout, then go back into the world.
That'll be the plan soon enough, a month or two.
Hey, guys, y'all have a wonderful night. See you guys later.
Yes, sir.